So
It is very lukewarm.
So we watched Pet Sematary.
We did.
Okay.
The newest Stephen King adaptation of thousands and hundreds that are coming quickly. I've actually been excited for this. So much so that I got downloaded Audible, got somebody to send me the audiobook, and I didn't finish it, but I got like
Which, by the way,
70% of it.
Which, by the way, funny that you should mention Audible, because this video is not sponsored by them.
It's not. But yeah, I listened to the book, well, the majority of it, 70% of it or so. I'll tell you why, Stephen King's not...
Stop hitting the table, because you're vibrating.
Stephen King,
Thank you.
I'll give you one thing on Stephen King, he's certainly not in a hurry when he's telling a story. A lot of detail. So I gotta ask you a question. When did this movie fundamentally not work at all for you?
The very first 15 minutes.
You know, what's funny...
I absolutely despised this movie.
What's funny is that Stephen King, to a fault, spends so much time. He spends so much time developing stuff and going into detail, and this movie does not. It does not,
folks. Okay, this is a spoiler, and I really don't care.
No, don't spoil. Please don't spoil. We don't need spoilers.
No,
don't spoil.
Just give me a moment.
If it's a huge spoiler, you know what? What can you spoil in this movie?
Hold on. This is what I was.
Okay.
Trust me. This
I got you.
Happens in the first 10 minutes.
Take
of
a
the film.
swig. Still lukewarm.
If you've seen the trailers and you know about the children in the film that has the funeral procession, you ain't getting it in this film. You get it one time.
It's just like a little thing that happens at the beginning of the movie.
And it's a little thing that has no bearing on the rest of the film.
You know,
it's
in the book, what makes... Of course, I haven't finished the book, but what has made it so interesting is the dynamic between the father and Judd. The old man.
Yeah.
That ain't here in this movie. There's a little bit of Judd and the daughter towards the beginning.
Let me tell you something.
But they're just like, nah. Let's try to scare you, and it ain't gonna be scary.
Okay, we're gonna come back.
I am so disappointed.
We're gonna come back to the scare thing.
I'm so sad. I'm legitimately
sad. Hold on. We're gonna come back to the scare thing in just a second. Hey, Richard.
What's up, Richard?
Let me tell you what was really, though, depressing about the movie. John Lithgow is the best thing in this movie.
Yeah,
Bar.
He's good.
None. That's depressing to a fault.
He's underused.
However, let me tell you something. If you watch some of our old reviews, what was the one thing that I said I despised in horror films more than anything?
I don't know. Jump scares?
Jump scares! That's what this movie is.
There's not that many in here, but
oh my god!
the
first half of the film,
the five or six that are in this movie, they don't work.
There's no tension.
There's no tension in this movie.
There's no tension to the movie.
Wow.
It's all jump scare, and when you're sitting there expecting something to happen, nothing happens.
And here's the thing.
It is 100.
And I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. Well, guys, you're not looking into the deeper story of it. Trust me.
What deeper story?
Listen,
there's nothing.
Yet again,
there's nothing to be made.
I really hate keep having to go back to the book, but the book really explores the concept of death, and death in itself is scary. This movie don't do that. It is not deep. It's not visually impressive. It's not even that gory. Like,
no.
Maybe I watched and read it.
Is it R?
It's R rated, dude. I thought this was gonna be hard R. This is not. This is barely R.
It's not even close.
I've been reading and watching reviews saying that, oh man, the movie is daring and it goes to places. I'm like, where? The movie ends and I'm like, what movie did you watch? Like this movie ends on a twist that's stupid, and I'm pretty sure that's different than the original. And here's what's sad about this story as a whole. This is still better than the 89 movie. Like, this is just not a story that can be adapted to screen unless you want to spend maybe like a mini-series to really delve into the characters and the concept of death. But this movie, I should have left this movie deeply like upset and sad and depressed and scared. Sort of like a movie that came out last year called Hereditary.
Yeah.
Which dealt with this in an artful manner.
Yep.
The concept of death in that movie is horrifying, and the concept of mental illness is horrifying. This doesn't tackle any of that. It's like a nothing movie. It's a nothing movie.
Yeah. You know what it feels like? It feels like they tried to cash in on it.
A little bit.
By saying that, oh, this is a Stephen King movie, and we're remaking all of the Stephen King movies that we made in the 80s and 90s, and they're going to be better, and they're going to do this, and they're going to do that. So far, you've had it.
And
that's it.
And I'll give credit where credit is due. John Lithgow is quite good. I think all the acting is pretty good. Just some of the writing it's just bad. And the setup for the tension and payoff. If you're looking for payoff, there ain't none. There's not a payoff. No, you know what really hurt this movie for me, and people might say it's a nitpick thing, but you even whispered in my ear. In the book, whenever they go bury stuff, and
this is spoilery, by the way.
Not really. I think this is important. But if you don't want to listen to this, just turn off the review, and you know that we don't like it anyway. So, but
you just know what the rating
in the book.
Just go ahead.
In the book, when they bury a pet or whatever, a human, they actually do bury a human in the book, and they go into that. They do not go into that.
They do not go into that.
They actually go into it in the other movies, surprisingly. But when they bury something, they don't come back bad. They're just weird. It's just weird because they're still basically dead.
The movie's rushed.
Except for a bull. They talk about a bull that was buried, and they said that was the only thing that came back mean. And in this one, the cat comes back mean.
The daughter comes back mean. The bull comes back mean.
It's fundamentally flawed because Judd's telling the father all these stories, and it's like the bull was the only one that came back mean. So that's why I buried my dog up there at a young age, because even his dog came back not mean. Right. But in this, the cat comes back mean. So the motivation for wanting to bring the daughter back isn't there, because you know she's gonna come back mean.
Yeah.
Like, you know that.
Yeah.
And it's really, they really screwed it up. Like, listen, you might hate this movie. I don't hate it. I just think it's a voiceless, sort of spineless movie. No pun intended. That spineless joke. You get it. You get it with that awesome side story with the mother that is not effective at all and not scary at all.
Yeah.
And it doesn't even make sense. It does not even make sense.
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. They pulled an Infinity War with the trailers, by the way. There's a lot of scenes in the trailer. Ain't in the movie.
It really? Is there not?
Yeah. Yeah. There's a few scenes in the trailer where you're just like...
I even read where people said that second trailer, they said, trust me, it doesn't spoil anything.
It spoils
horse
everything.
Shit. That movie does not go beyond that, I don't think. I was expecting a big payoff showdown. Nah. I'm deeply disappointed with this movie, Josh.
Like the third act of this film is pointless.
And the reason why I'm just so harsh on it is because I thought this was going to be really good and scary and effective.
I did too.
Trust me, I did not want to come in hating this thing. I am shocked. I will say,
John Lithgow's the best.
I think the death scene is effective in the way it's shot. I think that's effective, and I was like, after that happened, I was like, okay, we're going to get going. And for a second, when the daughter comes back, I'm like, this is cool. But they do not capitalize on it at all. No. Yeah, I don't like this movie, but I don't.
The movie, if I'm talking about the food, the food, there's a Subway sandwich over there, and I'm thinking food.
Yeah.
The movie is like a heartbeat. It's flatlined at the beginning. It's flatlined at the beginning and goes. Boop.
It has little moments. And
then
the thing is,
that's it.
It doesn't build tension because it's always trying to like produce like
a jump scare,
a scary atmosphere that's never scary, because we're not setting up. You're setting up things that aren't scary. You're trying to make it scary with scary music and stuff like this. Isn't scary, guys. It is a failure to me. But it's also, but it's not. I'm not going to give it. I'm not going to give it a failing grade. I'm not going to give it a failing grade. I'm just deeply disappointed in it, and I didn't like it. I'm giving it, because I didn't dislike it as much as I disliked the Dirt movie, which I hate. I give this a C-. I am very. Listen, I thought I was gonna walk away giving this shit an A-.
I did too.
So I'm like, trust me, that's a big drop off.
I thought this was gonna get like a Captain Marvel rating.
Movie doesn't work for me. Didn't like it. I'm very disappointed. I'm gonna be depressed about this for a week. What do you? I am. What do you give this?
D+.
Okay.
D+, because this movie, guys, is awful. Go watch something else this weekend. Don't give us your money. I'm sorry.
And trust me, it's not even like a thing where like, oh, you don't get it. It's art house. No, it is not. This is not an art house movie. This is a mainstream horror movie that does not work.
When you want to talk art house movies, go watch The Witch. Go watch Hereditary. Go watch Us. Go watch
Us.
Honestly,
this makes me. I give Us an A+.
I give Us an A+.
Because Us is atmospheric. It's filmed well. It's funny. It's frightening. It's chilling. Everything is done perfectly in that. Some people just don't like the payoff in Us. This really has none of it. It doesn't have its own voice. I didn't like it. That's our opinion. What did you think about this? Hell, you might love it. A lot of people do, but I know we didn't. We did not love it. Tell us what you thought in the comment section below. Hit that subscribe button, and thank you for watching.